As recently announced, Atrium is going into a new direction for the year 2024. We're going to be going into a more mature style of perfumery. So to commemorate this new announcement, I thought I'd do a video of mature men's fragrances. I would give a perfect 10 out of 10. For a fragrance to get 10 out of 10, it needs to have fantastic blend, fantastic ingredients, great performance, at least 8 hours, great wearability, and a good price tag for what you're getting as well. Let's begin. Hey guys, if you don't know already, Atrium Fragrance, our own fragrance brand, will be releasing our office fragrance titled Mr. Elegance. It'll be the next release coming out in January 2024. However, this release is only available as a pre-order for 5 days in the last week of January for a maximum of 400 bottles. To make sure you do not miss out on this release, click in the description down below to be notified of when it's going to be available so you can acquire your bottle. Thank you. The first fragrance is Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite. This is a discontinued fragrance. Now, it's a bit funny for me to introduce it on this list because you can't really get it unless you get some of the last remaining bottles in your region. Try to get it if you can. I think if you're a mature man, you're gonna love something like this. I'm just basically mentioning it because I feel like it went really under the radar when it did exist. It smells like a private blend fragrance in a designer's signature bottle by Tom Ford. It doesn't really smell like the other Noir fragrances. It has its own approach and appeal. It is extremely masculine, extremely rugged, dry, woody, slightly animalic and spicy perfume. It has this Szechuan pepper, fiery, intense masculinity in here. This, it just smells super expensive. The ingredients just smell super high quality, especially when you think it's a signature line fragrance. Fantastic performance in at least 10 hours, and it's good versatility as well. It's more of a cold weather fragrance, but use it, you know, as long as it's outside of the summertime, you can get away with this. I think it's just a really fantastic way of bringing that rugged 80s old school style of things like Antaeus and Kouros into modern times. It smells really sexy. I wish more people knew about this when it existed. Janelles Platinum Egoiste. Platinum Egoiste is a very mature fragrance. I do think this is one of the most mature fragrances out there. Like, I'm thinking at least 35, 40 plus is usually the age range you'd be expecting to wear this. But as I always say, maturity in fragrances isn't just about your age, it's about your style. If you like a more mature style, then you're gonna love this. It does have that 90s, slightly old school feel, but I just feel like it's very creative. It's so nice that it's just a classic. This is a masterpiece in perfumery. Very loud, intense, but at the same time still super clean. It's kind of impressive how it's so strong, but at the same time super transparent and fresh. Of course, the name suggests it, and it is, you know, from the lid as well. You can tell this is a metallic fragrance. This is a metallic lavender barbershop scent. 90s old school musks, super masculine, super clean. This is like a very clean and professional man. If you work in the city, you wear a suit every day, you want to be taken seriously, this is the kind of fragrance you wear. 2 to 3 sprays and lasts 10 hours. I think this is a masterpiece still to this day, and if you're looking for mature perfumery, this can easily be a 10 out of 10. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Dermes. Dermes is complex, some challenging perfumery in here, but it is just a masterclass in perfumery in general. You get to see how well blended perfumery can be. It is mass appealing. It does focus a lot on ISOE super, but then it just goes in its own direction, really unique and distinct stuff that's in its DNA to this day. Jean-Claude Eleanor is a master in his craft, and you can see it in Terre Dermes. Clean oranges, dirty earthy notes, some woody vetiver, some clean woodiness in general, and it just smells clean and professional in general. This is a clean professional scent with a lot of character. The Eau de Toilette has been reformulated, it's not as long lasting as it used to be. You can go for the Parfum instead, which is sort of like a more ambered out, slightly thicker take on the Terre Dermes line, and that should give you some good longevity. Wear it most of the year round as your clean professional office fragrance. Fantastic perfumery, 10 out of 10. But these are quite traditional fragrances. Let's say you're looking for something that's a little bit more mainstream, maybe relying on more modern molecules, and you want something that's dumb reach for you mature guys out there. Aaron Terence Hughes Guapo. How I would describe Guapo is it's essentially Parfum de Marly's Percival grown up. It has that green apple note, it has the clean ambroxan, and makes it super mass appealing. And then this was Aaron's first foray into vetiver. So it's got a clean, very easy to love vetiver note in here. It's not smoky and intense like in something like Guerlain's vetiver. This is a very clean, bright, easy vetiver. It almost smells like like a fresh out the shower kind of fragrance. It got that Percival feeling to it, that citruses, that ambroxan, woody ambriness that just makes it feel like a dumb reach. This is a really easy fragrance to wear for a more mature crowd. I don't think you have to be extremely mature, but I think, yeah, just mature guys looking for a dumb reach fragrance you can wear anytime. Easily wear this as your mass appealing everyday scent. That's not too complex, not too intense. You're gonna love this. 10 hours longevity with a soft to medium projection. Acqua Di Parma Sandalo. This is just a great fragrance if you want to explore the note of sandalwood. Sandalwood is one of my most favorite fragrances in perfumery. It's thick, rich, creamy. It projects as well, even though it's a base note. It's a very interesting property about it. It really projects loud as a base note in perfumery. So it kind of turns heads. If you want to turn heads, get attention, but smell really classy and elegant, this is like a thick, creamy, unapologetically heavy on the sandalwood fragrance that has this sort of citrusy, almost very traditional lavender barbershop-esque style in its scent DNA. So it's lavender barbershop mixed with a lot of thick sandalwood. Super elegant, super clean, super professional, and it's long lasting, around 10 hours with a medium projection. So Sandalo is underrated in Acqua Di Parma, check it out. Or you can go for Acqua Di Parma's Oud. This is your elegant signature oud that's versatile. So it's a similar concept, the barbershop citrus DNA of the Cologne line, but made thicker with this more of a recreation of this synthetic oud accord. It's not real oud in my opinion, but it does it very well. It's extremely elegant smelling, very unique. It has a very unique oud accord in here, the synthetic replica they have here. So if you want to stand out, be memorable with a versatile oud fragrance, and oud fragrance that smells like no other, again, classiness in a bottle. Prada L'Homme Intense. I always give this fragrance a 10 out of 10. In general, it is elegant powderiness, the iris, the leather, the darkness in here. It's super rich, and it's, again, a lot of character. If you want to stand out in the evening time in a very elegant situation and you want to just get the best evening iris scent that's out there, I think Prada L'Homme Intense is the one to do it, and it's still my favorite evening iris scent to this day. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Mal Le Parfum. Now there's a lot of hype, and reasonably so, for the new elixir, the Mal elixir, but I think that's kind of more of a simple fragrance. This is more complex. This is definitely better for mature guys. The Mal elixir is more like a loud, fun, sweet, powdery vanilla scent. This is mature, sophisticated. It's got the lavender and vanilla of the original Mal, but made more romantic through cardamom. They have some interesting hints of iris in here, hints of animalic notes. It's got really beautiful complexity that doesn't go too complex. It's sort of like they teeter between the edge of creativity, the love for perfumery, and mainstream appeal. If you want a sophisticated evening scent you wear it like on a date, for example, Le Mal Le Parfum might still be the #1 fragrance from Jean-Paul Gaultier. 10 hours longevity with a medium projection. Ormonde Jayne's Montabaco Intensivo. Similar to Terre Dermes, if you want a masterclass in perfumery, I really should check out the perfume of this creation, but if you want a masterclass in perfumery, Montabaco Intensivo does it for you. You would think from the name that's just going to be a super intense tobacco, maybe evening scent, but it's not. The bottle kind of gives it away. It is more of a clean daytime fragrance that you wear all year round. Super clean, refreshing, and calming. Similar vibes to Silver Mountain Water, although they are not clones at all. I'm emphasizing that they're not clones, but I would say you don't need to buy that fragrance if you own this. This is much better in my opinion. It has really interesting notes like suede, tea notes, tobacco, ozonic mountain notes I believe in here as well. It just smells super refreshing, cleaning, and calm. It's not a sweet fragrance. There's barely any sweetness in here in general, but it has its own unique appeal. Fantastic perfumery. This is one of the best signatures in the world. As soon as I smelled a sample of this back in the day, I gave this a 10 out of 10. This is an easy 10 out of 10 fragrance. And similar to Platinum Egoiste, although it smells so clean, fresh, and transparent, it lasts an easy 10 hours with a medium projection. Creed's Green Irish Tweed. I keep hating on Creed, it's like on their creations with Silver Mountain Water, but I will say Green Irish Tweed is potentially still the #1 fragrance. It's performs, it goes 10 hours longevity with medium projection. It's thick, smells expensive, it smells green and soapy. If you want to smell like a very well put together man, let's say you're wearing like a tweed suit, something like that, like a tweed jacket, you know, skipping down central London for your expensive business meeting. It's that kind of vibe. It smells like elegance, beauty, and it smells like a classic. It's one of those fragrances that although it's made in the 80s, it stands the test of time. It does not smell outdated because it focuses on naturals. Natural scents do not go out of date because nature will always be there, and I think this is a perfect example of that. And lastly, Dior's Sauvage Parfum. This is the 2017 version, and it's a perfect example of simple yet powerful barbershop perfumery. This smells like a clean lavender barbershop scent that focuses on citruses and a lot of amber. It's a sweeter take on the clean professional barbershop scent. I think this is a great office fragrance. I think it's a fantastic sexy fragrance. It's not complex, it's not, you know, it's not overly complex in general. It's fairly linear as well, but the perfumery is just done really nicely. It's simple, but gets straight to the point. And I think most mature guys will love this. I love the fact that it's so clean and elegant at the same time. It lasts like 14 hours with a medium to loud projection. So if you're gonna wear this to the office, maybe go 2 sprays, that's probably all you need. I like how it's a sweeter take on a professional scent. It reminds me of fragrances like Dior's Ombre Nuit, or a fragrance like Tom Ford's Beau de Jour, amber heavy stuff that takes an office fragrance you can wear in a different direction, which I like about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What are your thoughts on the choices I made here today? Do you agree or disagree? Would you put different fragrances as mature 10 out of 10 fragrances instead? If you guys haven't already, you need to sign up for notifications down below in the video link description for Mr. Elegance. You need to know when it's going to be available, because we're only going to be selling it for 5 days for a maximum of 400 bottles. Mr. Elegance will be a masterpiece for mature men. It's a creative perfumery for the mature gentleman. It's going to be our office and or workplace fragrance for mature gentlemen. It's going to last a very long time. It's going to use some of the most expensive naturals in perfumery, so make sure you guys don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure to check out our previous video on mature fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.